All right. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is June 28th, 2024. Unbelievable. I feel like we flash forwarded to the future. Say that three times. But yes, I mean, oh my gosh, 2024, middle of the year. So we're going to do a little bit of a middle of the year update on what's happening in Ocala, Florida, Marion County. We're going to be looking at that. This map that you were looking at actually shows you where things are actually selling. We're going to take a deep dive into what is actually selling in Marion County. I think that's important. We do get those questions occasionally about where things are selling, what's hot, what's not, that type of thing. So we're going to really analyze that today. Going back to what we talked about last week, which is a very consistent marketplace. The home sales are very, very consistent over the last several years. Even though interest rates have gone up, the builders are offering incentives to buyers. That helps. There is lots of land in Marion County. That helps. We're getting a lot of demand because people are retiring. I think whether it's politics or taxes or weather, whatever, just retirement. We're in that time period in the United States where people are flowing in our direction. So that's definitely happening. But let's take a look at what we're seeing, on this map here. Where are things? What's selling? What's not selling? What's selling the back? Tells us a lot. There's a lot of things that this map is telling us in a very general sense. So let's take a look at. I want to bring up this map here. So let me a little bit of a zoom in of what is actually selling. So if we start looking at all the things that are actually happening in Marion County, which is the county that we're in Ocala, Florida, we're looking at a lot of properties. Most of the properties are selling in the southern end of the county. Okay, so you're seeing a big influx of properties in the Marion Oaks, north of Marion Oaks. There's a lot of new construction in that area, where it says 999 on the southern end of the county here. And also we're looking at a lot of properties in the Bellevue, Silver Springs. There's lots of land in these areas. And it's also, remember, something that's happening is, there's a close proximity to I-75, which runs right in the middle of Ocala, or actually towards the western side of Ocala here. So there's access here. There's also a lot of growth in the Villages area. So people that are wanting to, if they're working in the Villages, there's easy access to the Villages, 30-minute drive from like Silver Springs, Bellevue, Marion Oaks to the Villages, something like that, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. And then obviously we're seeing some things in the northern sections, but really, what's carrying the day is really these southern areas. So we're going to really look at, okay, let's take a closer look as to what we're seeing in these areas here. So let's jump in. Let's take a look. This is what we're seeing. Let's take a deeper dive into these properties. We're going to look at that. Let's see. Let me take it off a share screen so we can look at what's really, really happening. And I'll do a kind of a zoom and zoom in a little bit more. So it's going to get a little bit more specific to what we're doing, actually what's selling, that type of thing. So let's look. Okay. So now we look at this, and now it's a little bit more detailed. So we're seeing 455. This is the Summerfield area, 418, Marion Oaks area, but we're seeing a lot of property here, right around the 200 corridor, which is the main road that goes through Ocala. A lot of restaurants, a lot of shopping, a couple of malls are in this area, outdoor mall here, and then indoor mall inside of Ocala. So lots of things happening. Probably the biggest, most trafficked road is going to be right through here. And of course, I-75 is right here. And that obviously gives people, access to Orlando and other areas. So that's a thing. But let's look at specifically. Let's look at what's selling. Let's go to the specific neighborhoods that we're seeing right now. So we're gonna, and this is from the last 3 months. This is April, May, June numbers, and you're not going to see too much of a difference over the last 12, 18 months. Let's look at subdivisions and what is selling. So lots of, in the lower end, you'll always find, mobile homes, and in our area, you're going to find a lot of acreage properties. So that's the first 30 or 35 properties out of 2,800 properties are in acreage type of situations, farms. So Autumn Glen, which is a brand new, a new neighborhood that's going to be in the Bellevue area. Remember what we talked about there, closer to the villages. There's a good amount of homes that are selling there. They were built in 2023, so brand new construction. Going for about 300,000 all the way, lower threes, upper twos, 295 to like 305. Mostly, looking at 1,800 square feet, new construction. Lots of properties in the Bellevue area, Bellevue Heights Estates, which is could be new construction, but also we've got some older homes there, single family, affordable homes for sure. And if you look at it, you're looking at prices in the 200s. So Bellevue Heights Estates, got a couple of pages there of Bellevue Heights Estates, right? So a good each property here, looking at about 60, 70 properties in Bellevue Heights Estates. Bellevue Ridge Estates, it's another area in obviously the Bellevue area that's also become pretty popular. Pretty much a similar price range. Looking at you're looking at pretty much the twos. Kalesa, a new construction area as well. That's going to be towards the 200 corridor, as well as Candler Hills, which is related to On Top of the World, 55 plus. So there's a mix on that 200 corridor. You're going to see 55 plus with amenity fees that are attached to these places. And then you're going to see some homes that are not, maybe they've got smaller amenity fees or no amenity fees at all. And there might be new construction along the 200 corridor. So you got a mixed bag of things inside of Ocala. Let's see if there's looking for, any patterns that we can actually find, and I've actually, my name is Glenn Stein with Realty Executives in Ocala and the Villages. We've got a location in Ocala on State Road 40 on Silver Springs Boulevard. Deer Path North, which is right next to an established neighborhood of Deer Path, but these are new construction opportunities. And we're seeing, Lennar and D.R. Horton specifically in Deer Path Estates. And that's in a Silver Spring Shores area towards that section of Ocala. Let's see, looking for anything that might be some rhyme or reason. We've got some townhomes. There's a few condos that you're going to find, and I'm looking at that now, like the Fairways. If you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit more affordable, like under 100 or mid 100s to below, you're going to find some of that in those areas. Let's see if there's other, looking for, Golden Hills Golf and Country Club, Golfview Estates. These are newer areas. Heath Preserve, another new construction area. And that's something I want to look at in a minute, like how many are actually new construction or newer construction. And then you've got, there's so many neighborhoods within Ocala. It could be pretty much spread out. Another area that's right around the 200 corridor, Huntington Ridge. This is like a little bit higher, about 315 to 320. Pretty much is what you're looking at as far as pricing. And of course, D.R. Horton, like I said before, is what you're seeing. Okay. And actually, on this one, we saw a price increase. So, this one went from 317 to 324 on this new construction here. And, so about 2,600 square feet, going for about 350, 370. JB Ranch is another one that's more of a 55 plus community. Kings and Country Estates is more of an established area, but in the same area, right down that 200 corridor. Right. All of these, the ones I'm mentioning are ones that have, 15, 20 plus over the last 3 to 4 months, right? Lake Diamond, new construction in the Lake Diamond area. And, you're looking at, right around 2,300 square feet, pretty good values, by the way, 2,300 square feet. And then once again, D.R. Horton has sold a lot of homes over the last couple of years in the Marion County, Ocala area, offering lots of incentives, and they've been very efficient as far as getting things built and making sure that people are getting into homes pretty quickly. Here's this is actually one of my I have to mention this, secretly one of my favorite areas because it's an established area in the Northeast. It's obviously not new construction, but if you can find something in the 270 range, if you look for a cute, you want to kind of be around an established area, non-new construction, Leonardo Estates could be an option for you. Magnolia Point, which at one time was new, obviously, but they're about 15 years old. Marion Landing, Marion Oaks. So Marion Oaks obviously has a mixed bag. You'll find homes that were built in the 70s in Marion Oaks, and they're finding homes that 1,300 square feet, $255,000, brand new construction. This is your, one of your examples, right? Basic home, right? This looks like it's virtually staged. It doesn't look like real stuff, but looks like it's virtual staging. So yeah, 1,300 square feet, 254. This one actually, these are all sold, by the way. I'm sorry. These are all sold properties. We're not looking at actives. I'm looking at what's sold. So it gives you an idea of what things, this actually really is a good idea when you want an idea of what is selling. What I'm showing you right now is definitely that. Marion Oaks. And if you look at Marion Oaks, we're talking about 100 and I'm estimating right now, you're looking at, you're getting close to 200. You're looking at over 200 homes sold. So there's a lot of properties that are selling in Marion Oaks, that's for sure. Okay. And we're going to take a deeper dive into year built. These are non-subdivisions. Oak Run actually does really well, 55 plus, actually quite a bit I'm seeing here. So probably about 60 homes. Ocala Crossing South, which is a new construction subdivision neighborhood that is, new construction, but also in the Southwest area. Lots of stuff happening in the Southwest, which is that area I was talking about before, just north of Marion Oaks. Ocala Palms, Ocala Park Estates, kind of has a mixed bag. Ocala Preserve, used to be Trilogy, a lot of homes selling in there, actually quite a bit. Ocala Waterway, also, that Ocala Preserve is it's in the Northwest, right? That's a Northwest area. You go back there. Yeah, Northwest. And then, you've got some Ocala Waterway, which is Southwest, top of the world, which we talked about before, 55 plus, also in the Southwest. So the Southwest is really exploding as it has for the last 10 years. But especially then we're also looking at a lot of homes selling in the Southeast, like towards Bellevue. Orange Blossom Hills, which is just north of the Villages, the southeast portion of the Villages has done quite well. Palm Cay is not new construction, and Pine Run, not new construction, but affordable retirement living, like under 200,000. You can find some good things there. Quail Meadow in the Northwest, Rainbow Lakes Estates, a lot of homes selling there. Mixed bag on new and non-new, but close to Denellen. So if you want to be close to the Rainbow River, that's an option. Rainbow Park, the same thing. So lots of things happening there. Rolling Hills is another one if you want larger parcels. In Rolling Ranchettes, also Rolling Ranch Estates near Denellen as well. Gives you an idea. And then Silver Spring Shores. And here's you're seeing how many, we're seeing a lot in Silver Spring Shores. It sells like Marion Oaks, very similar because it's affordable housing. you're seeing here a lot of things under 300,000 in Silver Spring Shores, like a ton, right? So let's look at, let's go back on year built. I want to take a look. So we're looking at, remember this number, 2,800 homes sold. And let's take a look at how many homes sold. Do this. Let's look at 23, 24. So that means, what is that? That is about 35, 36%. Let me give you an exact number, pull out the calculator. You're looking at, and just in case you're wondering if this is live, it is. So 1,003, 2,800, roughly 35. Yeah, about 35, 36%, right, of the homes, new construction homes selling in Marion County, right? That tells you a lot. Tells you a lot. Tells you what exactly is happening in Marion County. Questions. By the way, our website is there. If you would subscribe, that would be fabulous. You can connect with me at 352-572-3796, 352-572-3796. We also do rentals and real estate. So connect with me and be happy to help. Take care. Happy Friday and happy 4th, by the way.